What's up, buds?
Hey!
And welcome to the new installment of the Earbuds Chit Chat, the show where two friends talk about one music topic for hopefully 15 minutes or less. I am one of your hosts, Lucas the Toolman Taylor Indrakovs, and with me is I took it. You didn't want it. I took it. And with me is Ash, the Dynamite Kid Hanrahan. Ooh, that was a good one. That was a good one. That was a good one.
It's pretty good. It's not bad. Not fucking bad.
I almost went with King Kong Bundy. But today we're going to be talking about, as you know, the Chit Chats. We always pick one topic just kind of about music, loosely related to music, and we kind of muse on it. We kind of share our thoughts on it. And today we're going to be talking about our favorite wrestler theme songs. Ash, me and you like both. You're getting into wrestling later in life. I was into wrestling as a kid, so like you're like into it right now, right?
Yeah, it's growing up. My brother was super into it, and I despised it at the time. But I was around him constantly, and so I do know a good amount about like the Attitude Era.
Okay, because that's where all of my songs are from.
And this current era that we're in right now,
which I know nothing about.
Which I would say a good amount of my songs are from, but some of my top songs you're gonna know. Okay. But I'm excited to see where this goes.
I am too. It's been an interesting thing that me and you have like shared in the last year. Like you've been getting really into wrestling, and buds, if you guys are listening, there's gonna be a link in the description of hopefully all of these theme songs that we're talking about, so you guys can go listen to some horrible wrestlers entrance music. But I want to start with your all-time favorite wrestler theme song. Start with number one, man.
Damn.
Start with number one.
Okay, well, look. Number one, this is my favorite song in...
It's your favorite song?
In wrestling.
Okay.
And it's my favorite wrestler of all time.
Can I guess?
And you know.
Can I guess?
It's gotta be Mr. 619, baby. It is Booyaka 619 Rey Mysterio, baby.
That's your favorite wrestler of all time?
That's my favorite wrestler of all time, man. I love him. He's doing a lot of stuff with Dominic.
Yeah, Guerrero's son, right? Eddie Guerrero? Yep.
Yep, he got... Luckily, Rey won the custody match.
Oh, thank God.
So, Dominic is still Rey Mysterio's kid. And they're doing tag team stuff. Not lately, because I think one of them got injured or something.
Wait, is this... Did POD play this song?
POD, there are two versions of this song that I've seen so far. The first one is like a little more chill, a little more kind of like Latin and stuff. And the second one is by POD, and it's a lot more rocking. And I go between the two versions a lot. I didn't know which one to pick. Okay. So I'm just picking the general... Booyaka 619, baby.
Either one, either version.
Love it every single time.
Damn, that's crazy. Dude, I love that real bands have been getting involved in writing wrestlers' theme songs, because when I was a kid, there were so many theme songs that I thought were Rage Against the Machine playing it.
That is kind of like the area of music they like to keep themselves in.
Yeah, like it's kind of rap rock. Like Limp Bizkit was heavily involved.
Yeah, metal kind of thing. Which
Kid
WrestleMania
Rock.
did you go to?
Oh, dude, the WrestleMania, man, X7 in Houston. So Limp Bizkit played live, and I think Motorhead played live, also. The theme
for
songs
Triple H and Undertaker.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, and that was dude, what an amazing event. But I remember when wrestlers were just starting to work with bands. It was like around the time that Disturbed did Stone Cold's theme song, Motorhead did Triple H's theme song, and I think a big thing is that Triple H is like a metalhead. So I think, doesn't he run AEW or something?
He runs, I think he runs WWE now. He's running WWE.
Because Vince McMahon.
He's like, who could have known? McMahon was
right,
doing some
I never would have guessed.
Shit.
A guy who looks like a goblin did some goblin-esque shit.
But
it's crazy looking at this record that has the POD one, the POD version of Booyaka. There's Motorhead, Killswitch, Zebrahead, 3-6 Mafia, Shadows Fall, Silk the Shocker, Theory of a Dead Man.
Jesus.
Like, Saliva. Like, Killswitch did fucking CM Punk's theme song. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
We've had a lot of fans. And, dude, let me hear your fucking favorite song.
Oh, buddy. It is also my favorite wrestler of all time. And there's a specific version that I absolutely fucking love. I've always loved his theme songs.
Okay.
But this version made it so heavy and awesome. And I was so into this music when this theme song came out. It is Stone Cold Steve Austin's theme song.
Yep.
Specifically the one that Disturbed did.
I mean, that's an honorable mention for me.
It has to be.
Whenever you hear
It's
that
so good.
glass breaking, you know shit is going down. At the last WrestleMania, Stone Cold came in, and he did a fucking stunner on Vince McMahon, which is
amazing.
Insane.
He's the worst at selling stunners too.
Well, yeah, I mean, he absolutely can't for many reasons.
Yeah.
One being only, it is like the funniest not sell of all time. You should totally look it up.
It's the worst. It honestly, anytime he gives Vince McMahon a stunner, I feel like Vince is actually getting hurt because he's not taking the bump correctly. Like I worry. I'm like he's straight up killing him, like every time. Or like he's gonna like smash in his fucking trachea or something. Legit worry every time.
Oh man, so yeah, that makes sense. Stone Cold's your favorite wrestler, favorite theme song. Did you watch any of the WrestleMania stuff that happened this year?
Recently, no. I haven't seen any pay-per-views in the last almost 20 years.
Damn. It's time
Yeah,
to get
I got out
back
of
in.
it. I got out of it when I was like 14, 15. That was right around like when the Invasion storyline was happening.
You got out of it when Invasion was happening?
Because I thought they
That's
did
like
it
one of the
horribly.
best eras.
Nah, they did it horribly. The Invasion storyline was terrible. And they just like Stone Cold, they made Stone Cold on the WCW side for some reason, and Angle was like...
Well, yeah.
I hated the way that they divided things up. It should have been the WWF versus the other two federations coming in. It was called Invasion, and then for some reason, like WWF wrestlers are joining in on the people invading the thing. I thought it never made any sense.
I mean, we don't need to get into history or anything.
I'm gonna get upset the more that we talk about it.
Upset. Well,
I'm a fucking mark. I'm a mark for Stone Cold, and he turned heel at the WrestleMania that I went to.
Oh,
That's
shit.
when he went bad. Like Vince McMahon came out, handed him a chair, and he fucking hit The Rock with a chair like 30 times or something.
Jesus Christ.
And then he shook Vince's hand, and that was the end of the show, and all of us were like completely fucking heartbroken. But, you know, with that said, all of my favorite theme songs are from the Attitude Era, so I gotta say, like, my second favorite, if we're putting them in order, is Motorhead's The Game.
That's a classic. I went on YouTube to find these songs, and there was a channel that uploaded, like, all of them, and it is, I think, the most watched video on that channel.
It's probably, arguably, the best wrestler theme song of that era.
It's iconic as hell. Triple H was immense in that era.
Oh, he was the best heel when I was growing up, man. He was the best. I loved to hate him, and I loved him because of what a like piece of shit he was.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all about the game, and I am
the
playing.
game.
Amazing. And that honestly, it was my first exposure to Motorhead when I was like 13,
Really?
14. Yeah.
Yeah.
I never heard him before, and it like opened up my world to this era of metal that I've never heard before.
And yeah, and it's kind of the same with other bands working with wrestlers, but there are videos of Triple H and Motorhead literally like in the same room coming up with this song. And it's
Really?
just maybe not coming up with the song, but in the studio like recording it and stuff. And
That's
it's like
badass.
it's just crazy to see these guys together. And it's like, yeah, it's one of the most iconic intros I think of all time. But
yeah, and I think the last time they played it live at an event, I saw footage of that, and it looked like Lemmy was just like so not into it.
Damn.
He forgot like 90% of the words. He's like, I mean, you can't understand really what he's saying anyway, but it's just...
You could tell
It
his
was kind
heart
of sad to
wasn't in
watch. Yeah, you could tell he was like, God damn it, we're doing this again. Like, let's... And I didn't know that they wrote another one for him later on down the line, like King of Kings.
Yeah.
Never heard that one before.
But let me give you a kind of another iconic intro.
Okay.
I think I don't think you're gonna know this one, but it is The Rising Sun. It's Shinsuke Nakamura, baby.
I definitely don't know that one.
Oh man, Shinsuke Nakamura is an amazing wrestler, like so iconic. You might have seen his entrance just from how iconic it is. He does the rope thing, like arches his back, and there's an iconic riff in the song. It's like, and he's like, WrestleMania entrances, people playing violin to it and working with this dude named Boogs who plays guitar to it. It's
kind of epic.
It's an epic, perfect song for someone coming out into a match. I love it. If you haven't checked out Shinsuke, check out some of his stuff. You might like him.
Definitely seen footage of him before, so I know what he looks like. I don't know his style, but I'll check him out, man, because he, and I hope this doesn't come off as any bad way, but he reminded me of Tajiri. Whenever I saw him wrestling. You don't know Tajiri?
Tajiri, no.
Another Asian American, or probably not. I don't even think he's Asian American. I think he's straight up from like Japan or something. But yeah, Tajiri was just such a badass wrestler when I was growing up. He came from ECW, and he one of his like special moves was that he would spit out this like green mist. Like towards the end of a match, that's when you knew like shit was about to get real, because he somehow like the whole match, like he would, I don't know if he had his fucking mouth closed the entire time or something, but he would just spit out this green mist, and he just like, he was a badass dude. And seeing some footage of Shinsuke, yeah, he reminded me a little bit of Tajiri, and hopefully it's not offensive. But yeah, I'm listening to it right now. I like it. I dig it. I can see how this would be super epic live too.
Yeah, well, give me your third favorite, man, and then I'll give you mine, and I guess we'll do our honorable mentions real quick.
Yes, my third favorite, man, it's hard to pick, but it's gotta be Kane's theme song from the Attitude Era. Yeah, that.
Is it the one that starts with like an organ?
Yes.
It's like.
Yes, and then it busts out and becomes this like kind of metal, kind of opera metal, Yeah. And it was just so fucking epic.
Yeah, I know this one.
Yes, and it was just another one of those that every time I heard it, I would just lose it. And the pyro that they had while the song was going on.
Right.
He would come in the ring and like do the like lifting up his arms super slow and then slamming him down, and flames would shoot out of every ring post. And I'm like, God damn it, dude!
This is one of the, I'd say, a perfect example of like a great brooding, slower song that you can come out to.
Yeah.
Like Undertaker did it pretty well.
That's what's funny is that originally when I was making this list, I thought Undertaker was gonna be on the list, and definitely not like Roland or fucking American Badass when he was like doing those two songs, because that was always annoying to me.
Right.
But his like original kind of gothic, theatrical, operatic theme songs, and I went through and listened to all of them, and I was like, wow, these aren't as good as I remember. And I was like, why was I thinking this guy? Why did I think Undertaker? And I was like, oh my god, I think it's Kane that I was thinking of. And I went and listened to it. I was like, 100%, dude. The Big Red Machine.
But like with Undertaker, it's all about the vibe he gave off and the atmosphere that he held.
Right. His presence made the song way cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For my third favorite, you're gonna like this one. I don't think you even got to look it up, but I know you don't know the wrestler. This is an AEW wrestler that's just coming out right now. His name is Hook.
Okay.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
And the theme song that he comes out to, sir, is The Chairman's Intent by Action Bronson. That's right.
I've heard of this fucking guy.
Baby.
I've heard of this fucking guy.
Oh, yeah?
Just because of that fact alone.
I mean, any Bronson song would probably be pretty good, but this one's just got a swagger to it.
Is that the one that's like, boom, 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 boom?
Yep. It like starts off with the organ, kind of fiddling around. Then
yeah, but
you don't even know me.
Yeah.
You don't even know
These 16 bars
me.
cost 16 cars.
Yeah.
Something, 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 bitch, we stars. Dude, that's an amazing entrance. Has Action ever done it live for him?
No, I don't think so. AEW is a little smaller. We'll see if it
Action's got to
happens.
get on that. Action's a huge, professional wrestling fan, man. He's got to get in on that shit.
I mean, it must have been. I mean, it went through Bronson, right?
Oh yeah, he had to sign off for sure.
He knows about it. He signed off on it. I wouldn't be surprised if it happens one day at their whatever their WrestleMania is. I'm not so sure.
Yeah.
But such a cool entrance. Let's go through our honorable mentions real quick.
Yeah, that's something about AEW, man. Just real quick, like they seem to know what they're doing with the theme song thing. Because like I think Code Orange does a theme song for one of their wrestlers. I know Motorhead I think they brought Motorhead on to do a theme song for someone else.
Well, it's
at AEW.
They do have copyright music in AEW, so they'll have CM Punk comes out to Cult of Personality.
That's right.
Fucking Dean Ambrose or whatever he's called in AEW comes out to Wild Thing.
Like they have to pay for that every single time, right?
It must be something like that. They have
Right.
Ruby Soho. Comes out to Ruby Soho.
Oh yeah, I've heard about her too. Yes.
Yeah,
we're gonna be talking about Rancid pretty soon.
Check.
I'm excited for that conversation.
Hey.
Yeah. But honorable mentions, I got 2. I think you have a few more.
I got like 5, but
Yeah.
one of them's Stone Cold. So.
Okay, so yeah, cross that shit out. I don't want to hear about it. But one of mine is definitely Mankind's theme song "Wreck." That started out with like a car wreck sound, and it was like, yeah, and it would go like, jing jing jing, jing 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 jing, jing jing jing, jing 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 jing. Wow,
It sounds like a Huck fucking song, dude.
Dude, it was such a goofy song for someone like Mankind.
Yeah.
And it just worked perfectly. And yeah, that's another one that it's like that moment you heard that screeching of the tires.
Right. Yeah.
Just eruption. Just everyone would have fucking creamed their jeans immediately.
There were a lot of songs I left out that had those intros, like Edge. Like, You Think You Know Me.
Oh, dude.
It was like, oh.
So good.
That's awesome.
So good.
Cody
the Hardy
Rhodes.
Boys had a great one. The Dudley Boys had a great one.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. That the guy who wrote a lot of these songs, I want to say his name is like Jim Johnston or something. Like, man, I had his name yesterday. He is this dude we have to like give this guy his flowers. Like, he is fucking iconic as hell. And he wrote so many of the theme songs that I loved growing up. And I feel like people just don't really talk about the guy.
Well, I'm
Jim Johnston. Yeah, he wrote the original Stone Cold song. He wrote DX.
Oh wow.
He did a lot of shit, man.
And what's the other honorable mention you got?
The other one I got is another one that the intro was just iconic to me as a kid. And the song was one that I thought was Rage Against the Machine for the longest time. Just like the DX song, I could have sworn that was Rage Against the Machine, but it wasn't. Chris Jericho.
His Y2J.
Yes, the break the walls down for those about to rock.
Yep.
Like, so good. And the I don't know if you remember, the intro was like a countdown. And this siren, it was like whoop 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 whoop, and it would just be counting down from 5 on the screen, and they would all go dark, and you never knew when it was gonna pop off. And they always made you wait like a second or two longer than you thought, and then the pyro would go off, and that song would just bust out, and he would be like standing backwards with his arms like to his sides, and like turn around and start talking shit and flapping his head around. And so I was like, oh man, another one that would just like hype me up every time that song started.
Man, yeah. So you were into the fucking new metal WWE scene, baby.
Yeah, which is funny because I hated anytime they when they used Kid Rock and when they used Limp Bizkit and stuff. Like, I just absolutely hated that they did that. And I was a huge Limp Bizkit fan at that time when Undertaker was coming out, but I hated Undertaker's American Badass gimmick.
I mean, that was a whole. I think
horrible.
that was a misstep.
Oh, it was a horror, and they stuck with it for so long. And then he left and came back as like the original Undertaker, and I was already way out of it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my honorable mentions, real quick, are Visionary by Seth Rollins.
Yeah, see, I gotta look that up now.
Nope. It starts off with burn it down, just like crazy double kick.
Ooh.
It's just crazy intense. Becky Lynch has a entrance called Celtic Invasion, which is like a crowd chant kind of thing. And I just love how corny and cheesy it is. But I also love Becky Lynch, so I'm sure a little bit of that is there.
You know, not even being a wrestling fan right now, I also love Becky Lynch, but probably for different reasons than you do.
Probably, yeah.
Did you know that the same band that did Seth Rollins' song did Roman Reigns' theme song?
His current one?
Head of the Table. I don't know. It's kind of like this operatic singing in the beginning.
That'd be really weird if it was the one he's coming out to.
They also did Bobby Lashley's song.
Really?
Yeah, A-Town Down.
Huh.
They did RK Bro theme song, Alexa
geez.
Bliss's theme song,
So this
Liv
is just
Morgan's.
a house band.
I think it's just a house band, yeah. Yeah, they did Liv Morgan's song as well.
Two more. I got Rhea Ripley, Brutality. She just starts it off, this is my brutality! And it's just a hard song with cool like female vocals on it. And lastly is these guys were on WWE for a while, but now they're kind of rocking Defy, the local Seattle league. They're called the Bollywood Boys. And they were hanging out with Jinder Mahal for a little bit, kind of in his crew. And their song is called Mundian to Bak K, I think. I'm sure I pronounced that wrong. But it's familiar to me. I think it's like a sample in a rap song or something. But it starts off with, it's like,
oh, I know that one.
Yeah,
yes,
you know what
that's
I'm
definitely a sample. That's definitely a sample.
What, do you know what song it is?
No, but I've heard it many, many times.
Just such a fun song to come out to. But hey, those are our favorite WWE entrance songs, baby. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening. You can find us on Instagram at EBPcast. You can find us on YouTube if you want to watch the videos. You can find us wherever your podcasts are if you just want to listen, if you don't want to look at our ugly fucking mugs. That's understandable. Be sure to like, comment, just give us interaction. You don't even have to say anything. You could just type whatever.
Or you can just insult us like many of the commenters have been doing lately. You know, that's always fun too.
You could just blindly kind of say we suck without like kind of saying why.
You know, if we don't like the music you like, then obviously we're wrong. So let us know how we're wrong in as many ways as you can.
And look forward to future Chit Chats, baby. Come on, chat with us.
Maybe make a little drink while you listen to this. I got a little rum and coke, you know?
Hey, maybe have a little fucking Waterloo.
Hey,
cherry
did you
limeade.
spike it? You spiked that?
You know what fucking it, baby.
This was
All
good,
right, let's fucking go.
baby.